Sadiq Khan appeared on Good Morning Britain to discuss the Elizabeth line, which finally opened today. However, Richard Madeley was soon asking the London mayor about Partygate and new images of Boris Johnson, which were leaked by ITV News. He confronted Khan with complaints from furious viewers who want to move on from Partygate. Madeley asked, "What do you say to messages like this? This is quite a significant amount of messages we've had on this program this morning. We've had a lot of people criticizing Boris Johnson, saying he has to go. But let me read out two because these are typical of the other side of the coin." Gib on Twitter says in capital letters, "No one cares anymore. Stop with this rubbish. A few pictures don't explain what was going on." Stephen on email, "Who cares? People were flaunting the rules all over the UK. Move on. A lot of those messages of people saying move on, what do you say to those people who feel like that? It's really important when you speak to, as I do, bereaved families who couldn't say goodbye to their loved ones, when you speak to people who had funerals without going in person to the funerals, when you speak to people who couldn't have big events, important events because they were following the rules, to give them confidence that the next time they are asked to follow the rules, the rule makers won't be rule breakers them," replied Khan. "But look, we live in a civilized society here, Richard. We govern by consent, we police by consent. If the most powerful person in the country who is making the rules, is breaking the rules, it impacts the very fabric of how we in the democracy, we in a civilized society live. It is important. Those in positions of power and influence are held to high standards, and when we appear to have broken the rules, there is a proper investigation. This transparency, it does matter. We have to make sure these rule makers aren't rule breakers. The hypocrisy causes real questions." Viewers took to Twitter to share their fury over the leaked images of Mr. Johnson. "These people were all working together in number 10 to fight the virus," tweeted Stephen Halston. "It is not the same as someone having a party and inviting people to join them. They were all in close proximity regardless. Yes, it's in bad taste, but they were already in close proximity. Move on." Richard Townsend added, "So you let him completely offhand the question of Crossrail being $4 billion over budget, but let him rant on about Boris?" Then he admits he'll push the Met to explain themselves as the Police and Crime Commissioner of London, yet we are supposed to believe he's not been involved. Sick, had to turn off this morning. The constant "it's a party, it's not a party" is wearisome. Move on, Vicky Brown complained. Good Morning Britain airs weekdays on ITV from 6 a.m.